This week, I learned about what happens to our bodies during fasting, how to prepare to fast, and what to do after, and I am sharing it with you.
Okay, picture this. Imagine going 36 hours without a single bite of food. Now, for a lot of people, that probably sounds like an exercise in extreme deprivation, right? Like some grueling battle of sheer willpower against your most basic instinct for survival. But what if I told you that going without food for that specific window isn't about starvation at all? In this explainer, we're going to completely redefine fasting. We're going to look at it for what it truly is, a highly sophisticated internal reorganization. You see, when you pause the constant round-the-clock intake of nutrients that basically defines our modern lives, your body doesn't actually panic. Instead, it shifts into this incredible, highly optimized mode of internal management. So let's uncover exactly how this fascinating biological journey works.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with preparation and survival. Then we'll walk through the actual biological timeline. After that, we'll lay down the fasting window rules, hit the critical steps for safe free entry, and finally, we'll help you choose your protocol. All right, section 1, preparation and survival. Let's get you set up for success. So a successful fast doesn't actually begin when you put your fork down after dinner. It really starts long before the clock starts ticking. Setting yourself up with the right tools, what we call a fasting survival kit, is absolutely the secret to moving from just surviving a fast to truly thriving in one. First off, hydration is crucial. You're going to want to aim for 2 to 3 liters of mineral-rich water. But here's the thing, water alone just isn't enough. As your insulin levels drop during a fast, your kidneys start rapidly excreting sodium. And this rapid loss, that's exactly what causes the dreaded keto flu, those headaches and the fatigue that knock so many people off track. The fix is remarkably simple. You need exactly 1.7 grams of pink Himalayan salt, that's about 1 teaspoon, dissolved in water and sipped throughout the day. You also really need to prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Why? Because sleep deprivation spikes your hunger hormone, ghrelin, which makes the next day incredibly difficult. And paradoxically, getting some light morning exercise, like a 20-minute walk, is huge. It directs blood flow away from your digestive tract, which suppresses your appetite, and it helps your body use that natural morning spike in your stress hormone, cortisol. Get these elements dialed in, and the biological shifts we're about to talk about will be so much smoother. Moving right along to section 2, the biological timeline. This is where the cellular magic happens. Okay, let's really dive into this. The true magic of fasting lies in what happens deep inside your cells as the hours tick by. Think of your body as a hero unlocking new evolutionary superpowers the longer it goes without food. I mean, our ancestors evolved through natural, continuous cycles of feast and famine. Because of that, we developed these incredible built-in backup programs to keep us sharp and capable when food was scarce. Today, our 24/7 food supply has pretty much put those programs to sleep. But as we move from hour 0 to hour 36, we're going to flip that metabolic switch back on, hour by hour. Let's break it down. We start at phase 1, the anabolic phase. This covers 0 to 4 hours after your last bite. Basically, this is the fed state. Glucose is flowing through your bloodstream like rush hour traffic. Your pancreas is secreting insulin, which acts like a molecular key, unlocking your cells so they can use that glucose for immediate fuel. Any excess energy? That gets sent over to your liver and muscles to be stored away as glycogen. Now here is some absolutely fascinating fasting math for you. Your liver stores roughly 100 grams of glycogen, but chemically speaking, every single gram of that glycogen is bonded to 3 grams of water. So this perfectly explains why the initial weight loss in any fast happens so rapidly. As you burn through that stored glycogen, your body automatically flushes out a significant volume of that attached water weight. Next up is glycogenolysis, happening from hour 4 to 12. At this point, the heavy lifting of digestion steps aside and your stomach goes quiet. Since you aren't bringing in any external energy, your body seamlessly taps into its built-in backup battery, the liver. The liver starts dripping its stored sugar right into your bloodstream just to keep your brain powered up. And then, right around the 10 to 12 hour mark, human growth hormone and adrenaline begin to rise. This adrenaline surge is literally an evolutionary survival mechanism. It's designed to give you the laser-sharp mental focus you need out in the wild to go find food. So if you've ever felt suddenly super alert, or maybe even a tiny bit jittery around a skipped meal, yep, that's exactly that ancient survival mechanism kicking in. Then we hit a truly pivotal window, 12 to 18 hours. This is the metabolic switch.
Your liver's glycogen stores are running super low now, so your body makes this brilliant transition from burning stored glucose to burning stored body fat. It's literally like switching your home from running on gasoline over to running on solar power. Your fat cells open their vaults through a process called lipolysis. They release triglycerides into the bloodstream, which the liver then refines into ketones. And ketones are a highly efficient, ultra-clean fuel source.
Now, a quick heads up. Right in the middle of this switch, you're definitely going to feel it. Your stomach is going to growl. That's the hormone ghrelin nudging your brain. But remember this mantra. Say it with me. Hunger is a hormonal signal, not a medical emergency. It usually comes in a wave that builds for a few minutes, peaks, and then recedes. A fantastic pro tip to ride this wave is to drink some carbonated water. The bubbles physically settle your stomach. Or try some green tea with a pinch of cinnamon. That naturally regulates your blood sugar and actively dampens that hunger signal. Now, if you can push through that wave, between hours 18 and 24, you unlock autophagy. Derived from the Greek words for self-eating, this is a profound regenerative process. Because your insulin is practically gone and cellular energy stress is high, your cells start acting like little internal Roombas. Seriously. They identify all the old, damaged, or misfolded proteins and send them straight to the cell's lysosomes, which are basically tiny incinerators, to be completely recycled into fresh, healthy materials. This internal cleanup significantly reduces systemic inflammation, provides incredible anti-aging benefits, and even triggers brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Think of BDNF as miracle grow for your neurons and your memory. The molecular mechanics behind this whole cleanup system actually rely on a very delicate dance between two biological switches, AMPK and mTOR. Let's break it down. AMPK is your body's energy sensor. When it detects that cellular energy is low during a fast, it stomps on the gas pedal for repair. On the flip side, mTOR is a growth regulator. It's the brake. During a fast, mTOR naturally drops off, which lifts the brake and allows that AMPK gas pedal to fully drive that deep cellular cleanout. Crossing that 24-hour threshold brings us into deep ketosis, which carries us all the way through to the 36-hour reset. By now, your glycogen is fully depleted. Your body is manufacturing its own baseline glucose from recycled fats and amino acids, all while running predominantly on those super stable fat-derived ketones. Your brain operates beautifully on this fuel. You completely bypass the spikes and crashes of a normal carb-heavy diet. What's more, your heart, your liver, and your gut finally get a profound, uninterrupted break from the massive, energy-heavy chore of digestion. This allows your body to divert all that freed-up energy fully into cellular healing. But wait, what about your muscles? This is absolutely crucial. There is a massive myth out there that fasting eats your muscle tissue. Well, check this out. Right around the 36-hour mark, your human growth hormone secretion can surge by up to 400%. 400%! This evolutionary mechanism actively works to preserve your lean muscle tissue. Your body is biologically hardwired to protect your muscles until your fat stores drop to a dangerously low 4%. To put that into perspective, elite male marathon runners usually sit at around 8% body fat. So unless you're an elite athlete operating at the absolute razor's edge of leanness, a 36-hour fast is definitely not going to burn away your muscles. So we've seen the incredible biological benefits that stack up over 36 hours. But all of this molecular magic depends entirely on one thing: staying in the fasted state. Which brings us to the single most common make or break question you're probably asking right now. So what actually breaks a fast? Let's get into Section 3, Fasting Window Rules. Here's how you protect your progress. Knowing exactly what you can and cannot consume is the only way to protect the progress you've worked so hard for. The absolute golden rule here: avoid an insulin response. You are completely safe with plain, sparkling, or mineral water, black coffee, and unsweetened teas. Pink Himalayan salt is an absolute must, as we discussed, to keep your electrolytes balanced. You can also have diluted apple cider vinegar. And if you're tackling a longer extended fast, plain bone broth is fantastic for mineral replenishment without spiking insulin. But you've got to watch out for the hidden traps that will immediately break your fast. Fruit juices are obvious insulin spikers, sure, but diet sodas contain artificial sweeteners that can actually trick your body into releasing insulin anyway. Gummy vitamins, they're usually loaded with sugar and pectin. And protein powders, or branched-chain amino acids, basically tell your body that nutrients are incoming, which entirely shuts down that awesome autophagy process we just talked about. So keep it clean and keep it simple. Section 4, Safe Re-entry. How to gently break the fast. Okay, you successfully hit that 36-hour mark. Congratulations. But wait, you can't just run to the fridge and grab a huge slice of pizza. You need a strategy,
Why? Because your digestive enzymes have been completely powered down over the last day and a half. Shocking your system with a heavy meal right out of the gate can cause severe bloating or even refeeding syndrome, which is a dangerous, rapid shift in fluids and electrolytes. So, follow these 3 steps. Step 1. The enzymatic wake-up. Have a small cup of warm bone broth or maybe a few slices of avocado. This gently reintroduces minerals and fat. Step 2. The 30-minute pause. Literally, just wait half an hour. Give your digestive system the time it needs to generate those necessary enzymes. Step 3. The balanced reentry. Now you can have a moderate meal featuring lean proteins, think eggs or chicken, and some cooked, stretchy vegetables. Avoid raw, high-fiber vegetables or really heavy dairy right away because they are incredibly hard to digest when your system is just waking up. Finally, Section 5, choosing your protocol. Finding the right fit for you.
So how do we match all of this intense biology with your actual day-to-day life and health goals? Well, as this brilliantly illustrates, you've got options. You don't have to jump straight into a 36-hour fast. If your primary goal is just daily metabolic maintenance, sustained weight management, and keeping steady blood sugar control, the time-restricted 16-8 method, where you're fasting for 16 hours and eating for 8, is absolutely fantastic. Now, if you want a bit more flexibility throughout your week without dealing with daily restriction, the 5-2 plan or alternate day fasting works incredibly well. Honestly, I highly recommend mastering that 16-8 method first. It trains your body to efficiently utilize fat for fuel. Then, once you're comfortable, if your goal is profound cellular repair, resetting your immune system, and deep anti-aging, you can reserve that 36-hour monk fast as a specialized tool to use occasionally.
Above all, I want you to remember this. Fasting is a tool, not a religion. It requires context, and it requires profound respect for your own body's limits. It is highly adaptable. Pregnant women, individuals with a history of eating disorders, or those on certain medications should absolutely avoid prolonged fasting. Always listen to your body, master the shorter windows first, and progress safely. Ultimately, by stepping away from the constant, everyday urgency of consumption, you allow your internal systems to operate with real intention. You possess an incredibly resilient, sophisticated biological machine. The backup programs, they are already installed. They're just waiting for you to activate them. So I'll leave you with this thought. Armed with the right preparation and the right rules, will you give your body the space to breathe and unlock its evolutionary superpowers? Thank you for exploring the science of the 36-hour reset with me today. Stay curious, stay focused, and happy learning.
Did you learn something new and exciting about what happens to our bodies when we fast? Share it here. I want to know about it too.